Hey guys, welcome to yet another video. In this video, we will be giving you a detailed walkthrough of the Gemini CLI. So, if you are new to Gemini CLI and you don't know the workflows, the internal command for the Gemini CLI, so I will be providing a complete walkthrough for the same. So without further ado, let's start. So first we'll be launching up our Windows PowerShell in administrator mode. Now once our Windows PowerShell has successfully launched, we're going to navigate to the correct directory where we want to launch Gemini CLI. Then we're going to simply type in Gemini and hit the enter key. Now just wait for Gemini to load. So make sure that these steps are after you have successfully installed Gemini CLI into your system. So if you don't know about Gemini CLI, then it is an AI powered coding tool that works in your terminal, and it can analyze code bases, fix bugs, and run shell commands automatically. Now once we are in the Gemini chat, you can see this is the Gemini CLI specified by the version right here, and here I have already signed in using the Google Auth key, and from here we have the plan details, in which currently in my case is the Gemini Code Assist in Google One AI Pro. So from here you can simply start your chat. So this is the default chat mode. CLI has different ways to interact with your code though. So this is the first method, which is the chat mode, where you use natural language prompts to ask questions or request changes. We also have a shell mode, which can be triggered by simply pressing the exclamation mark key first, and it will enable the shell mode. So this lets you run terminal commands like ls, cd, or npm test, and the output is automatically added to the AI's context. So you can use the shell as well as the Gemini using this particular trick. Then we also have a plan mode, which you can access by typing in a forward slash. First we will need to remove ourselves from the shell mode, and then you can simply type in a forward slash and type in plan in order to switch to plan mode. And here you can see this is the plan mode right here. You can use it to enter plan mode, where and the AI outlines steps before executing them. So this is actually helpful if you are working in a particular unstable or, let's say, sensitive environment. To uh, cancel the plan mode, simply press escape key twice, or if it does not work, you can simply press shift or tab as well. Now what we're going to do is simply explore the essential commands for Gemini CLI. So the first command that I would recommend you all to explore is simply a forward slash and help. You can simply hit the enter button and it will give you tons of different commands that are here within the Gemini CLI. In the basics, you can see that you can use @ to specify files for content. For context example, @source my file to target specific file or folder. Shell mode we just visited, and here are all of the commands that you can use. You can pause the video or check the description to learn more about the available commands in Gemini CLI. Meanwhile, moving on to the next command, we have the forward slash init command, which is used to analyze the project and create a tailored Gemini.md file. So it actually performs an initial code base analysis of your particular file and gives the Gemini CLI a context on the file that you will be working or you are working. Then we have the model command. If you type in it, you can easily switch models using this. You can hit the enter button, and from here you can choose any of these. The latest is the Gemini 3, which is set to auto, and if you want to, you can also choose Gemini 2.5 or even manually select any other model if you wish. Under here, the model usage is also visible for flash, flashlight, and pro as well, along with the reset timer as well. Now the next command is the memory show. So you can simply type in the forward slash and type in memory and then hit the enter button, and it will show you these different options like reload. So you can reload the memory, show the current memory content, you can add content to memory, list the path of Gemini MD files. So memory is made up of these Gemini MD files, and inbox option as well, which using which you can review skills extracted from past session and move them to global or project skills. So if you wish, you can click onto this show option, and now you can see that it will show all of the memory content like right here. As you can see, I'm gonna press the escape key and we're gonna move on to the next command, that is the copy command. Simply a forward slash and type in copy. Using this, you can simply copy the last result or code snippet to clipboard. This is a very helpful feature, especially if you wish to copy paste any particular code that Gemini has given to you or any other text piece as well. Then the final command is the quit command. Simply type in quit in order to exit the session, which you can do like this, and it will give you an interaction summary along with the session ID, tool calls, success rate, performance stats, API time, and tool time as well. We'll be learning about the differences between the Gemini CLI and the Gemini UI. So this here we have our Gemini UI, our good and old, and on the other screen we have our Gemini CLI. Let me quickly clear out all of the conversations and make it a little bit more presentable. So now meanwhile the Gemini is loading, we will be starting about the agenda of this video. So the agenda of this video is to compare the Gemini CLI and the Gemini UI as to which one is better for you and to determine which one excels at what. So the Gemini CLI is a developer-focused AI agent tool for building debugging directly in the terminal, whereas the Gemini UI is a chat-based interface for conversational tasks. So CLI excels at coding, file manipulation, and automation, whereas UI is better for research, creative writing, and using multimodal features. So in the video, we will also be giving them distinguished tasks. That means a same task to both of them, and we will compare the results and also the journey of the final output in the same. So now you can see that Gemini CLI has also loaded here. So you can see that one of the things that is missing in the Gemini CLI is the user interface, unlike the Gemini UI. So in the Gemini UI, buttons are clearly labeled. All you need is your mouse to access all of the chats, change the model, access all of your chat history, and select tools or add files. Whereas in the Gemini CLI, all of those options are gone. All you have is your keyboard, and you have got these forward slash commands using which you can do a variety of different tasks as listed here in this particular list. So nevertheless, we will be comparing both of them. So first, let's talk about the Gemini CLI. So the Gemini CLI is best for developers coding, scripting, managing large code bases, and automating workflows. So it features this integrated terminal, file explorer, Git integration, and YOLO modes, which skips confirmation. Then, if we talk about the functionality of this, it uses a reason and act or react loop to solve tasks, which and can also run local tools and code fixes in your actual project folder. And it can also rebuild to provide a stable GUI-like experience within terminal window, thus minimizing flicker and text scrambling. Now, if I talk about the Gemini UI, which is our good and old Gemini, then it is best for quick questions, brainstorming, summarizing, and complex prompt engineering. It features a chat history management, visual feedback for multimodal inputs, easy sharing, and broader access to Google ecosystem extensions. It is thus more robust for research, the live web, that is RAG or RAG, to provide up to date answers. So, now once the difference is clear, let's do a basic test for both of them. So the question that we're going to ask them will be related to general dynamics and general thinking. So for example, let's say what date and time is today. Also, what is the price of gold in New Delhi as of today's date? So I'm also gonna copy this particular prompt and then I'm gonna hit the enter button. It has started to think. Now I'm gonna paste the same here as well. I'm gonna go with the pro option. So just both of these are currently set onto the highest model. So we have chosen the same exact model for both of them. Now you can see that it has performed a Google search and we can see the thinking right here, and it is currently evaluating current goal values. And but you can see that Gemini UI is much more faster in terms of these. It has found the exact time and found the correct rate of gold, and has also specified the purity levels as well, like 18, 22 and 24 karat. Whereas you can see that Google search says that today is May 9th, just like the same, and it has also given its goal rates, which are similar. Now you can see that both of them are doing a good job in this, but Gemini UI seems to be faster. Now moving on to other tasks, let's say like image generation. Can you, let's say, create a hyper realistic image of a pizza? I've entered the prompt and now I'm gonna copy the same prompt here as well, and I'm gonna give it to it. Let's see which one can actually create an image. I do not have any hopes from the Gemini CLI. It is not designed to create any particular image, like you can see. Just like, but with it for the Gemini UI, it can easily create images, whereas the Gemini CLI cannot create images. It can only provide the recommended prompt. So just like you can see that it has created an exceptional realistic image. So this is the difference that I want you guys to cram about, that Gemini CLI is not itself comparable to Gemini CLI and Gemini UI. These both are distinguished set of LLM used to do different tasks. Thus, we cannot compare them by just any particular single task. They excel at their own very points. So now, for example, let's give another try. And for this time, we will be asking a little code. So for example, let's say create a simple HTML page which changes its background color on the click of a button in the page. So I have feeded the prompt here, and I'm gonna feed the prompt here as well, and then I'm gonna hit the enter button. So now you can see that both of them are thinking, and let's see which one wins this particular race. So you can see that Gemini UI again has given directly the HTML code. It has not done anything so that we can preview it, and you can see that Gemini CLI has already found a color changer HTML in my directory, but it has also implemented some changes in the same. So actually I have this particular file from an earlier video. So it says if you override with the version save, just let me know. So I'm gonna type in create a new file please. So you can see that it is actually creating a file, unlike Gemini, which is just giving me the HTML code. Let me ask it for a file. Now for the Gemini CLI, I will need to allow this. I'm gonna allow this for this particular session, and you can see that it has created a new file bgchanger.html for myself. Now one thing to note is that it has not specified its path, so I'm going to simply type in please specify the file path. Now you can see that the HTML file has been successfully given by the Gemini, but you can see that it is just in HTML format. You will need to download it first, and once this is downloaded, you can simply double click onto this to open this particular file in the browser. And now you can see every time you click onto this change background color, the background color changes in this particular web page. And moving on to here, you can see that it has saved the file in this particular directory. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the D and then dev, and from here this is the bg changer. Yes, this is the file, and you can see that this is also nearly the same as the Gemini UI. So both of these are very much alike, but one thing that we do have is that in Gemini CLI we do not need to download any additional files. All of our changes are directly done onto our local system, and this is one of the beauty of Gemini CLI. So there are the key differences that we notice, that the CLI focuses on compressing history to save tokens for urgent tasks, while the web UI provides a more conversational, long-term memory approach. Thus, the CLI allows you to edit files directly, but the UI asks you to copy-paste code. So this is one of the biggest advantage of using Gemini CLI. Also, the CLI is ideal for headless servers or CI/CD pipelines, while the UI requires a browser. So if you are writing code, use the Gemini CLI, but for research, brainstorming, or creative work, you should go with the Gemini web interface. So that was the conclusion of this particular video. I hope this video would help you to make a decision. So that was all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.